She just brings that light that I can't bring.
He kind of makes me more logical and more motivated. You're listening to Opposites Attract with J&T. Stay tuned for...
Are you going through puberty again?
Those
funny.
nannies are killing those kids.
Oh, yeah. They're...
You whore. Welcome back, Opposite Attractors. Today is November 5th.
November 4th.
Today's November 5th.
Well, when you're listening to this, it's November 5th.
Or it could be back in the time or in the future.
You mean, yeah, in the future.
It could be a...
Goes back in time and listens to an episode that hasn't happened yet.
Boom. That's dedication.
Yeah. That's our podcast for you, so stay tuned.
Anyway, today we're going to be kind of rambling. So I don't know if you noticed, but we literally try our best to talk on a straight line rather than me making fun of her while she's talking or just going, into a rabbit hole. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the significant other's family and how you need to develop a relationship with them.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize how important it was because I have dated a couple people before, and I had met their family before, and there was only one other person that I connected with their family a little bit, but
Before me.
yeah, but not enough. His mom still really loves me, but before that, it wasn't really that important to connect with the family because it wasn't a serious relationship. It didn't matter. It was just you see each other, you get to know each other a little bit, you know that you're dating their son, and that's about it, or their daughter, vice versa. And that's pretty much it,
But how did you meet the mom?
Of
Just
the one,
going over
the one
the
before
house?
you, going over to the house.
Oh, it was like a boyfriend?
Well, not exclusive. It wasn't an exclusive boyfriend, but
Knowing you probably defined it.
I didn't because he never actually officially asked me out.
Oh.
So I was I couldn't say, it felt like we were in a relationship, but he didn't want to define it. So, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But anyways, the point is, it was just going over to his house that I talked to his mom a lot, and she's great, and then ever since, even after we've broken up, every time she sees me, she's like, oh my gosh, hi. It's so good to see you. Gives me a hug.
Like I said, before we move on, quick disclaimer, we're just going to be jumping into experiences and times. Mm-hmm. So for those who wanted a structure episode, read a book.
Read a book. And I also have another disclaimer too. All of our episodes are geared towards helping not only you guys but us. But we also wanted to let you know that it is not it's not just a concrete thing. Let me explain a little bit that when you are. We are good at discussing topics that are important, as you can see by our episodes. This is important relationship topics, at least I think so. But it doesn't mean that we are so perfect at it, it doesn't mean that we have figured it all out, it's a continuous battle. It's we have to, even me, I'll be in the middle of thinking something. And I remember my podcast episode and I'm like, well, we were talking about this, so maybe I can use my own advice and apply it to the relationship. So I just want you to know we're not perfect people and we don't have it all figured out.
Well, speak for yourself.
Oh, okay.
But in reality, we should have an episode about how not to crack your voice. Because my voice is always cracking. Just a confession.
Are you going through puberty again?
It's possible. It is very possible.
That was a time.
Yeah, watching all those SpongeBob episodes. It does something to your psyche.
Yeah, what's that?
Puberty. Round 2. Maybe I can go taller. Huh.
That'd be good, so I can wear heels.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, she's 5'9", and I'm 5'9.5".
You're 5'10". Anyways,
just believe that one, babe.
We'll get back to the topic. So yeah, I did know his family pretty well. We played like board games with each other, but it was never a serious enough a relationship to really develop the relationship with the family as well. For me, it is important to have that connection with the family, and if you don't, then it's imagine going to a house and it's so awkward to be around their family. It's
yeah,
you're only there to see that person, and the family is just
you're kind of just walking close to the wall.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I know what you mean.
You're just you say hi and then you walk upstairs or
yeah,
and you just kind of don't talk to them. But like that was probably like in the beginning of our relationship. That's how it is. Like usually that is how it is.
Was
If
it
you're-
like that?
Yeah, I think so. Because like I didn't know your family very well until we had dinner that one time. I think the first time I really
yeah.
like knew your family was when we had dinner
But
at your old house.
But you also didn't go to my house at that time. You went.
Oh
We hung
yeah.
out at the park,
What park?
the one next to your house, Benbur.
Oh, Benbur. We went there like once.
Taylor, I'm trying to be low key about it. Damn it.
You went over to my house often. But
Yeah.
even still, even though he was there, the relationship with my mom wasn't there yet. This train, I swear.
It's like 3 of them.
Yeah. They're really loud.
Is that like this many?
this many?
I actually saw a commercial of like the Kinder Care or whatever it is. It's like you get your online nanny, and he's like, I'm
Oh.
2.
Yeah, that is
Jeez,
so
those
funny.
nannies are killing those kids.
Oh, yeah, they're doing
the
great.
ability to add math.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I remember it being kind of weird. Like you coming over. That is kind of weird. Like with any person that you like coming over to your house for the first time or the first couple times. Like especially with your family. Like knows they're coming, but they don't like either they A interact way too much with them or B don't interact with them enough. And then the boyfriend or the boy or the girl or the girlfriend feels kind of like, what do I do? Like I know I felt awkward when I first wanted to get to know your family and like. It was about like it was a couple months before I actually like sat down with them and talked to them. I think, don't you think? That was a long time ago.
So long ago. No, yeah. Well, with me, I was never allowed to go into anyone else's house when I was younger. So, yeah, me going to your parents' house, I'm sure my dad wouldn't approve of that, or my mom. I don't know if they thought I was getting raped or brainwashed or whatever it was.
I don't really understand that. Not being allowed to go over to somebody else's house.
Yeah, I thought it was really
Especially
dumb.
when you're a teenager, like you're like 16, 17. What's the problem?
Slavics. They just come with their like I said, back to the cultural episode when we talked
But
about them.
wait, did they have a reason, or
No.
they just said no?
You can't go to people's houses. Maybe they thought like they were gonna like stuff joints down my throat. Literally have no idea why.
But they would let you go over to other Slavics' houses.
Yeah, if they knew the parents.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I get that. I feel like parents like to know the other parents that you're going over with, just in case something bad happens. But when you're a teenager, like when you're able to drive, or when you,
I wasn't able to
I know,
drive.
but I'm just saying, like I was able to drive, and so I didn't see the problem as long as I let them know where I was going.
Well, just imagine you're
Didn't
like
matter.
16, and if you want to go hang out with your friends, your parents need to meet their parents. What am I, dating them?
Yeah,
Like, seriously?
yeah.
So I thought that was really dumb. We would just stay after school or whatever it was. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I don't remember.
Really took down my social life. Really,
Yeah, I can
that's
see
an
how that
L.
would do that.
That's a big L.
Because I remember a lot of my social life was going over to friends' houses a lot,
Yeah, exactly.
like just after school. Like we would all drive.
And that's so important for social skills.
Yeah,
So if your parents are not allowing you to go to other people's houses,
or your significant other's house.
well, yeah, that's what I
Specifically.
meant. Yeah, then that can be kind of detrimental because you can't get that relationship started. Because I know if I was a parent, and we're like if we were in a relationship, like married, quote unquote, and my son was going to some girl's house, I would like to. I mean, it's better for the parents too, so you can collude.
So yeah, just in case something happens, like which I don't know what anything that would happen that would be like, oh my gosh, like like unless somebody like tripped and like broke their neck, like
No,
but-
I just mean just if the kid's like 15 and you want to have the parent check on them in the room or whatever it is,
See, I don't really like that. I'm not really that type of person.
Oh, you want your kids having sex at 15?
No, but I'm going to be the parent that preaches about not doing it that young, and
So yeah, that's not going to work. Kids are like 13
it worked
these
for
days
me.
doing cocaine.
It worked for me. I was never like
Yeah,
told.
because you were a goody girl.
Well, my kids are going to be good kids.
Well, my kids are going to be bad kids.
Well, we're going to have a problem because obviously we're having different kids. We
How are we supposed to be married then?
exactly.
It's like a surrogate or something.
Well, I'm sure that every kid has a rebellious tendency like in them. Like I know I rebelled a lot in different ways. So it's like Even
What?
if they're a good kid, like
You didn't do the crossword with daddy or
oh
something
my
like
gosh,
that?
you know what's funny is that we actually used to do a lot of like different word puzzles all the time, like word
Bam.
searches. But
No kidding, you're so good at that.
I love them. But that's besides the point. The point is meeting the family when we first started dating, it was like really awkward. Like, and that's usually how it goes. Like, it was weird for me. And then I think there was like one night finally after like 4 months or something like that.
Between us?
Yeah, that I went
Oh.
to your house finally and like
Oh.
met your family and like had dinner with them and like talked to them finally.
Yeah.
And like that's when it started to like kind of unfold and like I still think it's unfolding. Like we're still building that relationship, but like now I feel like a part of the family, kind of.
Sure. I get it.
What about you?
I mean, I remember, well, I mean, I feel bad for you, to be honest, because meeting my parents is kind of tough. Because remember when my dad let me go to your friend's house for a bonfire?
Yeah.
He's like, you can't go inside that house. Piss in the bush. Didn't say that, but pretty much said, like, stay outside, you know, with everyone else. Which is funny enough because everyone just dispersed. And there was like 5 people out of the 10 or whoever were there.
And there's also parents inside the house.
And he picked me up. And yeah, it was, I felt like I was 12. It really,
Yeah. It's like, yeah, the social skill drops or social ability to socialize drops when your
Yeah,
parents
I
are
had
really
no
overprotective.
I mean, I guess I kind of did have social skills. I did have social skills, and it was not because of my ability to speak really good English. It was just because I was funny. At least
Yeah,
that's what
that's
everyone
true.
thought.
Well, yeah, you are funny. You're funny.
What a revelation.
Yeah. What about you, babe? What do you remember, like, first, like, talking to my family and, like, kind of that bond kind of started?
Well, I felt very welcomed for sure. Which, as a parent, like in my future reference, like if I have a daughter and she's like 5th boyfriend on, heck no, I'd totally be the dad who is like going hunting all the time and uses that excuse
Being super
to,
intimidating.
Yeah, exactly.
Has 5 guns in the house. Shows the boy the collection just to make sure.
What was that one movie
It's
with those bad boys, bad guys, bad cops, the 2 black dudes that like was it Ice Cube was the dad, and he's like talking to the girl that's going to prom.
Oh shoot, what's that called?
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Okay, anyway, that's how I want
Shout out to whoever knows that reference. But
Yeah.
yeah. No, I feel that. I feel like that's something that I would do. Or like, but I think that I would be the person that would be like super sweet to everybody, but like talk to my daughter secretly, like, this is your 5th boyfriend that you brought to the house, and
You whore. Oh, I don't want to have a daughter, to be honest.
well, that's
that
not the
weird?
point of this conversation.
I feel like guys are a little bit easier to control with.
Mm.
Well, you could just be like, son, if you get her pregnant, really intimidate them. But like girls will get like baby fever,
But that doesn't mean that they want a baby. Like, you can have baby fever and still not want a baby.
Well, I'm just saying,
Like,
okay,
realistically.
fine. More like this. This is more of the reason. I just can't connect. I don't feel like I would be able to connect emotionally. I'd want to go like ride a really fast car or something and go hunting.
What? For what? From when?
Well, that's why I'd rather have a boy.
Oh, well, we're going to have multiple children, so we have some shots, 50-50
right.
chance.
Have you seen my family?
What do you mean?
I have like 4 girl cousins, 5.
And how many boy cousins?
The rest.
That's a lot of boy cousins. There's
Yeah,
still a
I
lot of
have-
boy cousins.
But that's only 5 girls. I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that it?
that's it.
Well,
It's
there's still girls.
it's in our family. That's I got.
But I have a lot of girls in my family.
And my dad only has, the majority of his. I think it's just 3 sisters and 4 brothers, including him.
Dang, that's a lot. That's a lot of family.
It's not that much. Imagine that though. Imagine, so you know how like we have a really big family in our church, with like 12 kids or 11 kids. Imagine being like a boy going to that family, like, and you're like some
Oh my god.
you're some like American guy, just only child, and you just go.
You go in and you're
Kids are like freaking bouncing off walls, and the parents are just.
I'd be so intimidated. I remember I was like so intimidated, like, because like I knew I really liked you, and that's all that mattered to me. But I also knew that like I wanted your family to like me because I really, really liked you, and like for me, that initial like reputation with what are you laughing
I
about?
could never take you serious. I don't know. You're like, I really, really like you.
Okay, well,
I don't know. It was dumb. Sorry.
well, like you made me lose my train of thought.
Good. It was probably something.
No, I was saying that I value having the parents like me, no matter like what situation I'm in. I want to be liked by the family because they're important.
Oh
to me.
yeah.
And like even if I don't know them, like they're still important to me. But now that I know your family and love your family, all of your family, like I love them dearly, and I'm so grateful to have like a second family. You know, I mean, we're not married yet, obviously, but like I'm very well integrated, and I feel like when I marry you, I'm marrying not only you but your entire family, and that's really important.
Yeah, 100%. Since we're talking about that now, not only having a good relationship with your parents is essential.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's a signal. If you have a bad relationship with your parents,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably a douche monkey.
Or like,
You know,
yeah, something bad might have
like
happened.
if you think about it, you can, if you really want to see how someone acts, you need to see how they act around people they have no filter around. So that's either brothers or best friends, or brothers and sisters or siblings.
Yeah.
Like if you're at their house and the little brother just is like, say hi, and you're like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Then that could be a sign.
That he's like an angry person.
How am I supposed to interpret your interactions with your younger brother then?
Well, too late. You've already been in the relationship. You've signed the papers in the future, so
I can't back out now, guys.
you're
I'm
stuck.
too deep.
You're too deep in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Same thing with friends. Like if you're interested in a girl, I mean, this is kind of going off topic, but really quick, the way I learned it was if you're interested in a girl, just be friends with someone who she's friends with and insert yourself into that group, and don't show any interest to that girl whatsoever, and just for like a couple months just see how she interacts with her friends.
yeah, okay. I mean,
Like a spy. Some
yeah,
James
you could
Bond,
be
yo.
you could be a spy if you want, but then also like I get it, but like if you're like kind of waiting, I don't. Does it really take months to figure that out?
Well, just so she like understands that he's not interested and doesn't like wear a bunch of makeup, is always trying to be nice.
No, I think it's okay for girls to wear makeup, but if they're using it as a cover, that's not the point. The point is,
Yes, you know what I mean.
yeah, I do.
Not like just the
Not
whole
just, like,
idea of using makeup, but
but
just like
Using it as
always
a way
wearing a
to-
prom dress kind of idea.
Yeah, like always having to look perfect for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally get it.
But back on the family thing, I think it's important. Just because you're gonna if you're in a relationship, it's probably because you're trying to feel that person out, or you're trying to feel that person out. Ding. And
True.
and if you can see how, well, it depends if they're a fake person. There's a lot of fake people that have like that little smiley smile face, like kind of like you with my parents. Oh my God, I
No,
love your mom and dad.
I do.
I'm kidding. It was a joke.
Well, I always put on a good face. Like, I mean, but lately I've let down more walls. I feel like here's something. Like, I feel like with significant others, parents or family, you put up like not a wall necessarily, but you like I can be super, super vulnerable with you. And like, sometimes I feel like if I'm going to in a family function, I have to like make sure that my decorum, how I'm acting
Decorum.
fits the experience of the family. Like, not that I can't be a genuine person, because I usually am genuine in those situations because
Yeah.
you guys love me, which I appreciate.
I'm sure that's what you think.
No, we're going to talk about this later. But like, it's not that. It's like when you finally kind of like are able to like blossom around people in a way that like you can really be honest with them and not feel like you have to guard yourself more. So like with you, that happened too. Like you start in a relationship and it's the honeymoon phase. Everything's super exciting and you're acting, everything's fine. And then you hit your first fight, and that's like the determination of like how it gets. I'm not saying you're going to fight with your other significant
You
other's
see
family.
if it's worth it to stay in that relationship.
Yeah, but
Sure.
like you finally hit that point where it's not just about like making sure that appearances are kept up. It's more like, hi, I miss you. Like let's hang out without James around, or let's see what's going on. Like I'm expected at family events now. Like they ask me where I am, which I love that. But
That's kind of how relationships are.
Yeah, and my parents do the same for you. You know, like they're always just like,
Like I was being asked last night, "Where's Taylor?" like a bunch of times, and I've told literally everyone, "My guys, what I can't be out of a relationship or something."
I know. Once you get in a relationship, you're kind of interconnected, and then when you know each other's families, you're even more connected because you just have you have this bond with not only your person but your person's family, and then.
I think it's kind of cool though.
I love it. No, I think it's great.
Because if everyone is, plus if everyone is asking where you are, it's because they like that person.
Yeah, exactly. And like they expect you to be with that person, usually.
I'm pretty sure my family's still with me just because you're around.
No.
That was a joke. Bam.
No, I mean,
I think I said that.
the
Actually before.
only hard thing about wanting to connect with your significant other's family is that if you're really serious about your person but things don't work out between you, you not only lose the person but you lose the family.
Which I don't really care about.
What do you mean?
I wasn't like really planning to hang out with your mom or sister on the weekends or something like that.
What do you mean?
Like if we broke up, would you really be that sad that you wouldn't be able to see my mom?
I would miss your mom. I love your mom.
Why? Do you guys hang out?
No, but I see her at the gym and we just we connect, you know? Connect. I love her. She's great. She's my second mom.
So why haven't you gone to dinner with her? Shopping?
I will.
It's been 2 years.
What about you? Why haven't you gone golfing with my dad? I could play the same card. Why haven't you talked to him more?
What do I look like? A $50,000 clubs in my garage?
My dad probably has an extra pair of clubs that you can borrow.
Yeah, for like 6
Probably
foot
mine.
3
No,
person.
probably for me because I had clubs. So I think he still has mine that you can use. So.
Well, with your dad, I just don't want to feel like he's being used.
That's, fair enough.
Like, that's how I am usually. I'm very modest around, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I want you to connect with him, you know, that's not, and like, same with my mom, like, why, you know, but that would be weird if I went to like hang out with your dad by myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if I
Like-
went to hang out with your mom by myself, that would be also weird.
Like, in
Just kidding,
certain
I'd be able to do
contexts,
it.
like in certain contexts, it's okay. But like if you're planning a surprise party for the person and you do it together and it's just the two of you, that's totally cool. Like that's a fine thing. But like if you're just like going to hang out with them,
That's the thing.
just
I feel like you
alone-
already have to have like some type of built relationship.
yeah,
Because like I like it when you're doing something and I'm able to talk to your mom instead of just sit there.
yeah, exactly.
Because that's really awkward. Because
really
then if you get to
awkward.
the point where you're planning a little secret birthday surprise, then it's going to be kind of awkward between the two of you, or not. Maybe that's where the foundation will begin. But the significant other,
And like, I don't know, I really appreciate that because I had never had that before. And I was like, I didn't expect so much love. And like, so now with Thanksgiving coming up, I'm thinking, how can I go and be with James's family as well as my own family?
same. That's totally me, guys.
We had a fight about
We
this.
had not had a fight about this because I was just like, ugh, babe.
But you know what my mom said yesterday? She was like, I was like, oh yeah, maybe the four of us, because I was thinking about me, my mom, my dad, and my sister having Thanksgiving. But she's like, oh yeah, and she's like, are you talking about James or Dad? And so like she obviously thought about you coming too, like, and like she, you know, she like thinks about you in those situations, because like we're not married yet, but we're really connected in a lot of ways. And like if we separated at this stage, people would be like, whoa, because that's how.
This podcast would still go on. Just saying.
How would it go on?
You would sit in that chair, and I would sit in this one, and then you would talk in that mic.
But I would be crying because we wouldn't be dating. And also, why would I go to, I mean, maybe I would go to church, but it'd be
It'd make a good episode. Maybe we could get back together if we just talk it out.
just an episode where we talk it
Publicity
out.
stunt.
We broke up, but here's us discussing it. I think that would be very vulnerable, but luckily that's not happening.
I kind of don't appreciate those YouTubers who do that.
I feel like
It's a money grab
yeah, I feel
between
like
the both of them, really.
there's a certain level of like privacy you need to have with your person
Yeah.
with stuff like this.
Like, if I was a YouTuber, you bet your gonads I would have my own life out of it. Just imagine
Yeah.
having a vlogger friend. Hey, guys, we're going into Applebee's right now, and everyone's just like, dude,
Dude, we're going into
Frickin' leave us
Applebee's.
alone.
Relax.
unless he's like, sharing the wealth. Because I found out through a YouTuber that he says he did calculations on that month and he did the math pretty much, and he found that every million views he gets $7,000.
Whoa.
So and that's in like just views. So if you calculate someone's monthly views,
Yeah.
you can get and there's YouTubers that there's like this YouTuber he reviews cars for like 20 minutes and that's it. And he's a big nerd. Makes $350,000 a month.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But
That's pretty good.
that's really good.
You know when
Anyways,
she's
babe.
rich when she's like, oh yeah, that's good.
I'm not rich. I make like $100 a month right now. I'm barely working. That's not the point. The point is we want to be vulnerable with you guys, but we also have a life of our own, that we have to share between us. Like there's some things that you just don't talk about on the internet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, I'm not going to share
And
everything.
then there's us. We're the one exception.
Well, anyways, I think
But anyway, what can we sum it up?
summing it up,
Just so this episode didn't feel in vain for us because we don't care about you guys.
I think the best thing to take away from what we were talking about is it's really cool to have a connection with the other person's family. And if you don't have one, especially if you're serious, it's really difficult. And it's like, if I can't imagine not having a connection with your family, because then I would be taking up so much of your time and I'd be looked at as like the woman that's taking his time away and not as a person that's like a part of
You already
the
are.
life. Well,
We'll get back to that later.
but my point is that's not their job. That's not okay. You got me off track. Summing it up, make sure when you're dating the person that you can also connect with their family. And if they don't have a good relationship with their family, that doesn't mean you have to force them to, but also just like,
Why are you looking?
I'm looking at this. There's a blue cord over there and I was looking at it. I was like, where does this go?
I thought you were trying to with your peripherals look at the camera. Just like that one time.
When you marry somebody, you marry their family too. So no.
Yeah, totally. And when you you want to finish what you were saying?
No, go ahead.
Oh, is that what you were going to say? No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say something else, but
Say
that's
it.
fine. I was going to say, see, I lost my train of thought because you interrupted me. Go ahead.
Nice. See, and it's really important to see how your significant other is reacting around your parents, or how your significant is acting to your parents or brothers and sisters to really get them, if it's in the beginning of the relationship too.
Yeah.
Or, 6 months in when they start
Lowering like
their wall. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that, definitely.
Because you don't want to be blindsided by some crazy psycho girl. We still hate you.
I don't hate. Anyways.
I don't hate either, but you're crazy.
Anyways. That's all for this podcast, guys. Thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions about what you want to listen to next, leave it in a comment below. Also, let us know if you like the changing light thing. We decided to try that, and I kind of like it. But let us know if you think it looks annoying, if you're just distracted by it.
Yeah, it feels like we're in the club.
Yeah,
It really does.
we need some really epic music.
We should do that.
Just epic.
We should have podcasts in random parts of the city. And we should start first at a club,
A club?
where you have to scream in someone's ear to communicate. We should totally do that. Seriously, it's a
podcast at a club.
great idea. Anyway, guys, really appreciate the support and you guys watching, and we really do want some feedback, mostly bad, so we can change what we're doing.
Any
wrong.
criticisms?
Yeah,
Just let us know.
because it feels off.
So,
It feels good.
what feels good?
Sometimes it doesn't,
Sometimes it doesn't.
but it's fun.
Let us know if you like rambly kind of episodes like this one, or more structured stuff. If you want it more to the point advice, then let us know. If you want it more just our discussion about our stuff, or a mixture of the two. So
Yeah. Also, if you haven't noticed, we're trying to lower the time just to see if we can get better, more on topic. Obviously, this episode wasn't supposed to be on topic, but
we want
next time it will be.
we want it to be something that you can listen to when you're cleaning your room, or
because
doing something quick.
we want to be able to add that value, and that's why we try to give advice, even if it's just mostly us preaching at ourselves,
Yeah, but
which is the case.
yeah.
Because our relationship, she beats me, and
Oh,
I put
guilty.
poison in the and
So guilty.
I put poison in the food, and it just never knocks you down. I don't understand. Do you not
I'm
eat
invincible.
it? No, you just don't eat it because you don't like my cooking.
I love your cooking.
Still not that.
Anyways, thanks, guys.
All right. I was gonna say love
See
you.
you next time.